Okay, so this one started out as a minute video, and after I did the outside, I was like, wow, this is some of the most beautiful spalted oak I've ever seen. It does have some cracking in it, but it's not as extensive as I've seen in the past. So I have switched gears, and I'm going to do a full video on this one. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these cracks, and I'm going to do it using coffee grounds. Use coffee grounds and thin CA glue. And I'll do it in several layers, or in the construction world we call it lifts. All right, I'm going to finish filling these up, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I broke one of my screws off, taking the faceplate off. You can see this is where my screw holes are. And so what I do when I have this happen, doesn't happen often, but it does happen, take my very cheap parting tool, and I try to go on either side of where the holes are, get down as deep as I can, and then I work it out using a chisel and what other methods I can to grab onto it. All right, so here it is. Let me get this other half off, this other part off next to it, bust it off. Now I got plenty of room. I can grab it with a pair of channel locks, not channel locks, vice grips, and get it out of there. And there we are. Now I can get to hollowing.
So I'm going to take my Dremel and open up the small cracks that I filled on the outside, open them up a little on the inside, because the coffee grounds didn't get all the way down in deep. And I'm going to fill them. There's not very many, and this should be fairly quick.
All right, so it's time for some General Finishes bull finish. I always apply it heavily, and then I wet sand it with 400 grit. Then I add a little bit more, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I wipe it down. This finish makes that spalting pop like crazy. All right, I'm going to let this set up and dry nicely, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to apply some wax, and then I'll turn it around and we'll get the bottom finished off. All right, it's time to put a little bit of wax on this. I use Minwax paste finishing wax. I've always had good luck with it. All right, that's looking pretty darn good. Let's take this out and put it in the coal jaws. All right, so I do believe I'm going to try to keep this tenon and use it as a foot. So I'm going to straighten out the bottom part of it and then work on the edges. Okay, I'll put my last coat of wax on and this one will be done. Last thing I'll do is after the fact is come back and burn my logo on with a laser, but I do that after I've gotten several bowls together. I don't do it one at a time. This is enough of a pain in the neck to take it all out and set it up. just as well to wait and do a bunch of them at one time.
Okay, this one is done. I just love the spalting in this one. It is absolutely spectacular. And honestly, if you know what you're looking for, you could see where I filled the cracks. But if you didn't know, you'd have no idea. But this is coffee grounds and thin CA glue in here. Blends in beautifully with the wood. Same thing on this side, and a little bit on the inside as well. And then of course the spalting on the inside. This is I don't often get to find a piece like this, but this one's pretty spectacular. Okay, that's it for today. Got my beautiful spalted oak bowl. If you like it, please click like and subscribe if you think you've gotten anything out of this. Also leave me comments because I will answer every single one. And everybody have a great day. Bye bye.